When I first started as a personal trainer, the question I would always get, when you're sitting down and you're meeting a new prospective client, a new member to the gym for the first time, I would get the question, Kim, how long will it take me to get fit? And I would be like, because I would always question always stumped me because people want this black and white answer. They want to know that if I come in here, am I going to be certain that I'm going to lose the weight? Am I going to be certain that I'm going to be in the best shape? And so if you are ever curious, we've all been there. And so what I want to say is the answer that I would always give, and it's the answer that no one wants to hear, it depends. And there's so many factors that goes into being fit. And I'm just going to give you the top ones right now. All right. So it really depends on what your goal is, and how much time you're willing to invest in that. So when I first started coaching, I coached physique athletes. I coached girls who wanted to be, in what 1% of the entire population strives for. And for many of those people, some people, it was like a year before they could say that I was at that level that they could be on stage and 2 inches of fabric strapped across their asses. But for other people, when I was working, with people who just wanted to live a healthy lifestyle, it really depended on how much time they wanted to invest. How many days a week could you come to the gym realistically? How much time could you spend at the gym? And 15 years ago, if you met me as a trainer, I'd be like, if you're not at the gym for 2 hours a day, forget about it, sister. Right. But now I'm like, how much time do you have to invest? And then that's how we're going to gear your workout. That's how I'm going to gear the conversations that we have around what is possible for you based on your pace. And so you have to find a pace and make peace with it. And, if you tell me that you can come to the gym at least 2 to 3 times a week, you are going to see significant improvements in how you feel. You might see that you're sleeping better. You might feel that when you get up out of a chair, you're not like, ugh, making that chair noise when you get up, just by, adding a little bit more moderate activity to your lifestyle. You can see that maybe making a few minor tweaks to your nutrition, you're starting to feel better. Maybe you don't have heartburn as much. Maybe you don't have an upset stomach as much. Maybe you're pooping more, so we start to think to ourselves, we need to be realistic about our goals so that we can set these realistic timelines, because if someone came to me and said, hey, Kim, I want to lose, 30 pounds in 30 days, I'd be like, good luck with you. Good luck with you. Are you losing an organ? Because I don't roll that way. That's not how I work. And so even if it takes you longer to hit your fitness goals than you imagine, every step is one step closer to your goal, right? And so for you, it really depends on where you are. Are you someone who's very out of shape, or are you someone who, COVID hit and you didn't be like, I can't, maybe you didn't feel comfortable in the gym. Maybe you only felt comfortable in the gym and you just couldn't make the transition to working out from home. Shockingly, I have made the transition to working out from home and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I like, if I went into a gym and be like, oh, I just can't roll up and work out on any piece of equipment that I want. How dare they be where I want to be? And so, who knows, if you're starting from zero and you haven't worked out much, it might take you longer to see results than someone who has a great baseline of fitness. I do still work at a gym a couple of days a week. And so, I see people come in and they will compare themselves to other people in class. And I'm like, that girl's been taking my class for 15 years. So yeah, she's swinging the weights around a lot faster, lifting heavy weights than you, but give yourself 30 days. I bet you'll move up. And if you don't move up on your own, I will definitely help you move up on your own. I will definitely help you move up. For those of you who are listening, who have taken my class, I have no problem yelling out over the mic. If you have a certain weight in your hand, I'm going to come find you. I just do that. Because, we underestimate what we can do, but also genetics play a factor, there are some people who, if you're trying to put on muscle, trying to build muscle tone, there's some people who can just walk past a row of weights and boom, they got biceps, where other people, they're like, I've been lifting heavy for months and I still got nothing to show for it. I hear you. I get you, sister. I know that, I know that very well. So we have to think about ourselves. It depends on where we are. And if we're starting from zero, we have to give ourselves that ramp up time. The example I give regularly, like when I went to kindergarten, did I tell the teacher, so all these people are coloring? I'm good. Can we do that advanced trig stuff? Because I'm ready for that. That's how so many of you walk into the gym, that you're like, you are at the beginner level and then you want to be advanced trig. It takes time. It's a process. And I know you don't want to hear that, but that's how it works. And fitness isn't a one-time thing, right? You don't go on a diet, you don't work out for, to get ready for a vacation or to get ready for, some big trip. And then I'm done. Fitness is a lifelong process. And so, I always tell my clients, it's like, we're setting 30, 60, 90-day goals so that like we always have something that we're working towards, so that we are, always feeling to like maintain this for the long term. And I was like, I want you to like project into your life that, 50 years from now, 40 years from now, what do you want to be? And like in 40 years from now, my goal is to be able to not be using a walker. My goal is to be able to get off the toilet without any assistance, be able to take a shower without any assistance, and walk as much as I possibly can. That is my goal. That's my long-term goal. So everything I do right now is hopefully, knock on wood, setting me up for that life that I want later down. I want to actively age. So I want you to think about long-term, what it is that you want, versus thinking about like, I want to be as lean as I possibly can. I want to be so lean you can see my spleen. Like, what do you want for your long-term, so that we can find a suitable approach for you that's going to last and help you with that long-term health. And so the first thing when it comes to fitness, I have to find something that I like. I love lifting weights. I love it. Like that's my jam. Me doing cardio, not so much. So for me to do cardio, I go to spin class, right? I hop on my Peloton because there's certain things I'm not going to push myself personally to do, right? I take a class so that someone's going to tell me, go as fast as I can for 10 seconds, go as slow as I need that person to tell me. And so many people are like, well, you're a personal trainer, you should know. Yeah, I'm still a person. There's still things I don't like to do. I know I need to do them, but I don't like to do them, right? So find a way to diversify your workouts that make they feel fun and that you look forward to going to. Tailor it to your lifestyle, right? If you don't have time for this 2-hour workout, stop, and think to yourself, how can I create this workout? I told myself stories for decades. I can only work out for 2 hours. And then I started working out I was like, you know what? I'm going to do an experiment. And I just was like, I was done. And maybe some of you listening might be like burnt and you're done. So then I moved to an hour workout. And I was like, this is fabulous. This is absolutely fabulous. Now my workouts are 30 to 45 minutes. Excuse me. And it's fabulous. I absolutely love that. So I want you to, experiment so that, if you aren't looking forward to these 2-hour workouts and you find them a chore, you find that you're skipping them because you can't fit the time in, give it a shot. And if you want help trying to find a 30-minute workout, holla at your girl. I can help you out with that. Also, tailor it to your lifestyle, right? If, like I said, if you don't have time for a lengthy workout, then stop, find something that you can do. And then also find support. It can be, if walking, it could be walking with a friend, find a friend and you walk, because we're least likely to blow someone else off than we are to blow ourselves off. Find a friend and drag them to a class. Oh my goodness. Find a friend and drag them to a class. Find a friend who already is going to a class and tag along with them. Find a coach, who can hold you accountable for, making sure you actually hit the workouts. So, as I said, how long does it take to get in shape? It all depends, right? I have a friend who's trying to lose 30 pounds right now, but what are they willing to change in their, and then, but he's not willing to change a lot. in order to lose the 30 pounds. So he's going to have an uphill battle, because it's like, as a trainer, I can see some of the things in his lifestyle that if he changed, he could probably shed, the 30 pounds pretty quickly, but he's not willing to do that. So you have to ask yourself, what are you willing to change in order to get what you want? Right. So it all depends on those factors. And when I say change doesn't mean giving up. Change can mean adding. Could be simply adding more vegetables, could be simply adding more water, could simply be, getting in more acts of daily living, making sure you're hitting those 10,000 steps. So getting fit, getting in shape, it all depends. It could be getting a better night's sleep. So I want you to start to think about, what are your current activity levels, and what's one thing you can add? Think about it. Like, what's like one thing that would only take you 5 minutes a day that you could possibly add. So find an approach of fitness that works for you, something that is sustainable and that can become part of your everyday routine, that you can actually stick with it. Because me, I'm about the habits, and it's part of the Fit Girl Magic formula. Habits plus routines equal consistency, which equals results. If you want results, we got to start with your habits. All right, ladies, have a fabulous day, and I will talk to you next week.